I'm taking a road trip from the mid-Atlantic all the way down to Florida to find out if the Prius is the perfect road trip car. Well, is it? Let's find out. In terms of its shape, love it or hate it, it makes total sense. It's purpose-built. It not only cheats the wind, but it fits 4 to 5 people with good headroom and legroom perfectly. The lift-back design makes it easy to load in cargo and fits plenty of it too. The interior is purpose-built as well. Since I've already done a full review of the Gen 3 Prius, you can look for a more detailed interior in those other reviews. You can also check out my reviews for all of the Prius cars, but let's just say that everything in the Prius is exactly where you expect it to be. You got a big center console, cup holder here. This one actually shuts, or you can open it up. That's a nice feature to have. You also get the normal Prius transmission, which is actually similar to BMW's. It's a little quirky at first, but it gives you park, reverse, neutral, and drive, plus a downhill braking gear too. There's an additional storage tray under the console, plus you get a charger, and you also get an additional charger here, plus your USB charger as well, and a place to hook up your smarter iPhone. The climate control is straightforward. The navigation is integrated well. It's actually an app. Go in and select from the different apps. You get like Pandora, Bing, iHeartRadio. You can even check fuel prices, stock prices, and weather too. And I'm happy that I can program 36 of my favorite stations on Sirius XM. Great. You get a push button start. The cruise control will look familiar to you if you've driven a Scion, Toyota, or a Lexus model. It's all the same. Very nice. On the steering wheel you have controls for Bluetooth, voice control, and also your radio and channel. Over here you can control the temperature and also different display and trip modes. The trip mode tells you also how much range you have left, and you get an A and B trip meter as well. Gives you options, plus it tells you how much fuel economy you're getting each time you reset. Great feature. The display button actually changes the display up here, and you can see how you've been doing on fuel economy. Also set your presets, see exactly what's driving your Prius, be it the hybrid battery or the gas engine. Basically tells you all you need to know about fuel economy. Power windows and door locks on the door here, plus some more storage down there too, and a place to keep your phone. So the interior is well thought out and comfortable, exactly what you want. Out back you get magazine holders in the back of the seats there, and seating for 3 across. You can of course pull down this, and you get 2 cup holders there, plus an armrest. Now it's all about the lift back for the Prius. Lift it up, and you can see there's just tons of storage right there. Great for a road trip. And the best part is, fold down the back seats, and you can even sleep back here. Depending on your size, you might even be able to fit 2 people back here. Excellent. It truly is an ingenious design. Powering the 2015 Prius is a 1.8-liter 4-cylinder engine mated to a 60-kilowatt electric motor. Together they produce 134 horsepower and 105 pound-feet of torque. 0 to 60 takes 9.8 seconds. Fuel economy is rated at 51 miles per gallon in the city and 48 miles per gallon on the highway. You can expect 50 miles per gallon overall. So pricing for my level 2 Prius starts out at $25,765. There's a $343 preferred package, which basically is carpeted floor mats and cargo net, and then with destination you're out the dealer door at $26,918. So very fair money for this Prius, considering that you do get navigation, also a backup camera. Funny thing about Priuses is that when gas is up around $4 a gallon, well, you might actually have to pay more than list price for them, but right now gas is cheap, so you can get a good deal with gas only at about $2.25-30 across the US. Now there is an art to driving the Prius, and that means pulse and glide. You basically press on the accelerator, get up to speed, and then lay off the accelerator, and so you're coasting. There's also a sort of coasting method where you actually slightly press the gas pedal and it puts you in sort of a coasting mode. It's a neutral and you're basically just gliding along. So that's one of the many techniques that hypermilers use to get the most MPGs out of their Prius. Now, I'm really a sports car guy. I love driving a car on the track. I love getting the most in terms of performance out of a sports car. But you know, in the same way that getting the best lap time is fun in a sports car, getting excellent MPGs out of the Prius is also very fun too, and challenging. It's a sport in and of itself, hypermiling. Even at night, the historical beauty of Savannah, Georgia is really incredible. And the night look on the Prius is also quite nice. Love the Spanish moss hanging down everywhere. Gorgeous. The Spanish moss is really endless in Savannah. It's beautiful. Seems to be lining pretty much every street. It's an old conquistador ship. Very fitting, heading back into St. Augustine, first city in the United States. Situated beautifully on the water. A nice destination and stopover on the Prius road trip here. Very touristy, but nonetheless fun. Well over 1,000 miles now and averaging 46.1 miles per gallon. And in the Sunshine State for the first day, greeted with a beautiful, picturesque sunset. So I'm now 1,229 miles in, and I've been averaging 47 miles per gallon. On my most recent tank of gas, I've gone 274.6 miles, and I've averaged 50.3 miles per gallon. So that's pretty excellent fuel economy overall from the Prius.
In 300 yards, turn left onto 5th Avenue South.
And the navigation is getting me where I need to go, which is awesome. So here's the thing about the Prius. It really does everything that you need in a car. Unless you need like a pickup truck, or if you really need to seat like 7 or 8 people, there's really nothing the Prius can't do. It will carry 5 people, it will swallow up furniture and more stuff than you ever thought imagined. It's because of the 4-door hatchback shape. But it's not just that, it's not like a hatchback, they call it a liftback. And it really is incredibly large back there. So it's really an all-purpose vehicle, and it's a vehicle that really gets at least 47 miles per gallon any way you drive it. I mean, I was averaging 80 miles an hour on the highway, and still it was getting 47 miles per gallon. Usually, you'll get around 50 miles per gallon. So it doesn't matter what type of car you need. If you're looking for an econo box, well, why not get a Prius instead? It does the same sort of thing. If you can't afford a new Prius, well, get a used one. There's some really nice Generation 2 Priuses available, like I have. I have a Gen 2 Prius, and I absolutely love it. And there's some really nice ones available for right around $5,000 to $15,000. And also, if you want, there's the Prius C, which is a compact hatchback version, and that one you'll be getting 53 miles per gallon. Of course, I always get friends asking me what car should they buy, and inevitably I tell them you really should look at the Prius. The Toyota Prius is really the Kleenex of hybrids. They've done the research. They have a car that for 3 generations now has been amazing at delivering fuel economy and utility. And you know what? My friends ended up buying one a new Prius C, and the other one a used Gen 3 Prius. One of my friends wanted to potentially go camping in it, and you can actually sleep in the car. He didn't think he could. He's about 5'10", and he was able to lie down and he'll be able to sleep in the Prius. And that really sold him on it. You can actually get aftermarket tents and basically turn the Prius into a camper. So it's just a very economical, extremely useful vehicle, and there's really no reason that you don't buy one, because if everybody bought one, well, we'd be using about half the oil in this country, and we certainly wouldn't be going to war over foreign oil. It'll help the country, and you'll help yourself too. You'll spend about half the gas that you'd spend on many cars. In fact, if my friend bought the pickup truck or the SUV, he'd probably be getting half the MPGs of the Prius. And so it's a great economical way to save, and it's also a phenomenal car. I've driven well over 2,000 miles on this road trip down south, and it's really done everything I wanted it to do. It's exceeded my expectations. It's really the perfect car. South of the border. If you want to see many of the places I've gone in the Prius, well, just follow me at IvanKatz on Twitter, and you can search for Let's Go Places, IvanKatz, and you'll find some great road trip shots of the Prius here. Okay, so the final road trip numbers: 2,462.4 miles, 46.9 miles per gallon. So just about 47 overall. This latest tank of gas, also about 46.9. Same, because I actually was traveling on the highway and going about 80 miles an hour the whole time. So that's definitely a factor. But in my normal driving, when I was under highway speeds, I was averaging anywhere from 51 to 52 miles per gallon. So that is a very good average fuel economy, and really an excellent performance from this Prius. Toyota's slogan is "Let's go places," and I think it's really exemplified by the Prius here, and I think it's really also exemplified in all models of the Prius, from the Prius C to this one and on up to the Prius V. You can look for my reviews of those, plus even the Prius plug-in, and check out those reviews elsewhere on YouTube. But I really think that the Prius is really all about let's go places. I've taken it well over 2,000 miles all the way down to Florida, and it's really done everything I needed to do. Take along 4 of your friends, load it with furniture, load it with luggage, take it camping, sleep in it. You can really do everything in the Prius, and I just think it's one of the greatest cars out there, because all the while you're not sacrificing on luxury and you're not sacrificing on comfort. You don't have to sacrifice on anything. The Prius gives you everything you need, and it is absolutely the ideal road trip car. Let's go places. I'm Drivin Ivan Katz.